We're going to get an impeachment trial in the United States Senate next month, but it's not an impeachment trial of President Biden. This trial will be the impeachment trial for Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. And Senate Democrats are already trying to get this entire thing dismissed. I'm going to explain how they're going to do it in a second. But first, today, House Speaker Mike Johnson announced that impeachment articles would be sent over to the Senate on April 10th after lawmakers return from their recess. Shortly after Johnson's announcement, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said the Senate will begin the impeachment trial of Mayorkas on April 11th. So what will that look like? Well, if you remember, we saw this entire process play out twice against former President Trump. But if you don't remember that, here is your crash course. The Constitution gives the House of Representatives the sole power to impeach, but it is the United States Senate who gets to decide whether to convict. During an impeachment trial, a committee of House managers acts like prosecutors, and senators act like a jury, while the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court or another member of Senate leadership may preside like a judge. Secretary Mayorkas will also have counsel representing him. Now, during a trial, senators consider evidence and they hear witnesses and they vote to either acquit or convict. The Constitution requires a 2/3 majority of the Senate to vote yes in order to convict, and the penalty, if convicted, is removal from office. In the case of Alejandro Mayorkas, back in February, the House voted 214 to 213 to impeach him for high crimes and misdemeanors related to the border. Republicans, who were the only lawmakers to vote yes for this, say Mayorkas willfully and systematically refused to comply with federal immigration laws, and he committed a breach of trust by knowingly making false statements to Congress and obstructing the oversight of his department by Congress. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said today, as the Constitution mandates, senators will be sworn in as jurors in this case one day after the impeachment articles are transmitted. But here's the reality. This impeachment was narrowly approved by only Republicans, and the Senate is controlled by Democrats. And Republicans in the Senate do not have the votes to convict Mayorkas. Everyone knows it. And the Senate Majority Leader has already indicated that Senate Democrats will immediately move to dismiss this trial right from the beginning, despite protests from House Republicans. A motion to dismiss only requires a simple majority, and since Democrats hold 51 seats in the Senate, this whole thing could be over in just a few minutes.